Hi, welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a hip mobility flow. So let's get started in tabletop. You can make your way there with the shoulders directly stacked over the wrists, hips over knees. And let's just start to find some gentle movement in any direction that feels good. So maybe circling over the wrists and knees. Perhaps you still have your eyes closed so you can really tune into the movement. And then slowly making your way back through center. Let's start to circle that right knee around and making sure that it's only the right leg that is moving. So the whole rest of the body tries to stay still. Make sure you're not like leaning over into the left. And let's switch directions. And take a deep breath in here. Exhale, right knee taps just outside of the left leg. And then right foot taps the floor beside the right hand. Okay, right knee taps, cross the right knee behind the left. Right foot taps the floor outside of the right hand. You can obviously come onto your fingertips to give yourself a little bit more space. Let's go for 3. 2. And 1. Right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. Let's start to rock back and forth. So the right knee is still on the outside of the right shoulder. And now when you bend your right knee, let's untuck the left toes, point your left foot towards the right, and then left hand finds the back of the mat, side stretch, right arm reaches over your right ear. And as you breathe out, let's circle right arm forward and then reach both arms out to the sides. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, pull the hips back, reach your chest forward. Inhale, lift. Exhale, send the hips back. Inhale, lift. Every time, try to squeeze the glutes. Press the hips forward and pull back for 2. 1. Bring your left hand back down, side stretch, right arm reaches over the right ear. Inhale, both arms reach up. Now let's point the right toes towards the top of the mat and think of like a side angle pose. And then as you breathe out, left hand comes to the back of the mat, cartwheel the hands down, step back, high plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Bend your left knee, push into your left hand, left foot taps the floor on your right. Come back through center, straighten your left leg, bend the right knee, roll your right hip open, try to touch the floor. Come back through center, 2 more on each side. Trying to go with control. And last time, right foot touches the floor on the left side. Come back through center, untuck the toes, child's pose. Let's extend, reaching through the fingertips. As you breathe out, walk your hands off the mat to the right. And then breathing in, come back through center. Walk the hands over to the left. Breathing in, let's come back through center and make your way into tabletop. Round the spine, take a few rounds of cat and cow or any other movement that feels good. And then let's circle that left leg in one direction, trying to only move from the left hip. and switch directions. All right. Now left knee taps the floor, so cross your left knee behind the right, and then try to tap the floor just outside the left hand for 5, 4. Of course, you can come onto your fingertips. 3, 2, and 1. Left foot steps on the outside of the left hand. Let's start to rock back and forth, maybe tucking those right toes underneath your right heel. And one more time. And then let's untuck the right toes, point your right foot to the left. Right hand finds the back of the mat, side stretch. Left arm reaches over left ear. Now swoop your left arm forward. Both arms reach out to the sides. You can tuck those right toes, send the hips back. And then inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes for 5. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right hand finds the back of the mat once again. And then this time, let's bring the left hand on the inside of the left foot. Think of side angle pose. And then let's side bend to the back of the mat. Cartwheel your left hand down, step back, high plank. Now lower halfway, and we're going to do that same thing. So bend the right knee. Bring your right foot behind your left leg. This time, let's sit down. And then right hand goes behind the right hip. So we're going into a full little circular motion. Left arm reaches over the left ear. Didn't articulate that very well, so we're going to do it a few more times. Sit down. Both hands go behind you. We're coming back to high plank or to chaturanga, okay? So you can either go immediately chaturanga or high plank. Bend your left knee, drop your right hip, roll onto your right hip, drop the left knee, left hand goes behind your left hip, lift the hips, right arm reaches over right ear. Lower the hips, come either through high plank or chaturanga. Right knee bends, roll, drop the right knee, right hand goes behind right hip, left arm reaches up. Lower the hips, come through chaturanga, bend the left knee, roll onto your right hip. Don't bring that left foot too far away, so keep your left foot close to your right leg. And find a little back bend. One more time on each side. And come back to chaturanga. High plank inhale. Drop your knees and elbows down. Pull yourself forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Right leg rises, inhale. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Let's circle it in one direction. And switch directions. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. Cactus your right arm, open up the chest. And then let's straighten right leg and reach for 3. Inhale, bend the right knee and cactus right arm. Exhale, straighten and reach. One more time. And reach. Hold here, extended pyramid. And then let's re-bend the right knee, skandasana on the right leg. As you breathe out, let's sit down. Turn the right knee in, lean over your left leg. Come back to Skandasana, maybe without using the hands. Exhale, sit down, right knee turns in, fold over left leg. Inhale, Skandasana. For 3. 2. 1. Come back to Skandasana. Bring your left hand down on the mat. Pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Right arm reaches over right ear. And then exhale, let's sit down. So we're going to face the back of the mat in a half shoelace. Right knee is crossed over the left knee. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold over your legs. And breathing in, let's lift the chest. Extend your right leg out. And let's fold over both legs. Inhale, lift the chest. Hands come behind your hips. Fingers point towards your feet. Reverse plank for 5. And then slowly release. Cross the shins. Roll over your vinyasa. Meet back in downward facing dog. Let's lift the left leg up high, bend the left knee, open up the hip. Let's circle the left knee in one direction and in the other. Inhale here, exhale, step your left foot on the outside of the left hand. Cactus your left arm, open up the chest. Exhale, straighten left leg, reach through the left fingertips for 3, 2, and 1. Hold your extended pyramid. Squeeze navel in. Try to lengthen through the fingertips. And then as you breathe out, Skandasana, side lunge on the left leg. Reach the arms up. Let's sit down. Turn the left knee in. Chest reaches over right leg. Arms reach back. Skandasana. You can obviously use your hands, or you can keep the arms in the air, which is going to be a little bit harder. So depending on how you're feeling today or your level of practice, you can adapt. Let's do 3 more at your own pace. And here I'm really engaging the right leg, pushing down through the right leg. So right leg is pushing into the mat just as much as I'm pushing down through the left foot. Come back to Skandasana. Right hand finds the floor. Pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Left arm reaches over left ear. Now half shoelace. So we're going to sit down and then just slide that left knee over the right knee. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. And breathing in, lift the chest, extend your left leg out. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold over your legs. And then breathing in, lift the chest. Again, reverse plank. Hands go just underneath your shoulders, fingers point towards the toes. Shine your heart up towards the sky. Try to get your toes to touch the ground. And then release the hips down. Cross your shins. Step or jump back. Your vinyasa. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Right leg rises. Right knee, right elbow. Pivot into wild thing. Now we're going to bend the left knee. So the right knee tries to touch the floor. If that's painful for your knees, you don't have to do this part. Just hold your wild thing. Inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, bend left knee, right knee tries to touch the floor. One more time. And come back to wild thing. Right hand comes down to the mat. Right knee to right elbow. Hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps between the hands. Skandasana, inhale. Exhale, sit down, turn your right knee in, lean your chest forward, arms reach back. Come back to Skandasana. Left hand finds the floor. Now just keep the hips lifted. Come into a lunge, right arm reaches up, and then revolved crescent lunge with a back bend. So lift the chest, right hand finds the back of the left thigh, left arm reaches up. As you breathe out, revolved half moon. And then slowly bring your right hand down on the floor, step your left foot to the back of the mat, and then bring all your weight into your left foot, arms reach up. Come back to aeroplane pose. Left knee into the chest as you breathe in, hands to the heart space. Now you're going to circle out that left knee, big circles in one direction and in the other. And you can, of course, help yourself with your hand. And again, try to make sure not your whole body is moving, just the left leg. Pull the left knee into the chest. Now we open as if we're going into half moon. And then once the whole upper body is open, then you can extend your left leg back, left arm up, right fingertips to the floor. As you breathe out, left knee crosses behind the right shin. Make yourself into a little ball. Inhale, open. Exhale, little ball. Inhale, open. Exhale, little ball. Inhale, open, and let's step back, goddess squat. Breathe in. Breathe out, let's straighten the right leg, Skandasana to the left. Come back to goddess squat. Skandasana to the right, goddess squat. Skandasana to the left, goddess squat. And Skandasana to the right, goddess squat. Open up the arms, deep breath in. Exhale, let's round the spine. Inhale, open up the arms, gaze up. Exhale, round. One more, open. Exhale, round. Star pose, straighten the legs. Exhale, turn your toes in, heels out, fold forward. And as you breathe in, halfway lift, turn the toes out, heels in, Malasana, yogi squat. And maybe shifting the weight side to side. And then we're going to sit down. So bringing the hands behind you, sit down. Bring your feet a little bit further away from you, but they're still pointing up. And let's bring both knees to the left. Now open up your right knee as much as you can, and only when you can't anymore, then the left knee follows. Both knees to the right. Open up left knee. Two more on each side. One more. And then we end facing the back of the mat. Let's fold over left leg. Now slowly lift the chest. Bring your right heel closer to the glute. Bring your left hand behind your left hip. And let's lift the hips. Right arm reaches over right ear. As you breathe out, sit down. Bring your right foot in front of the left knee. Come into standing splits without the help of the hands. And then step back, high plank. Your vinyasa. Back to down dog, deep breath in and out. Left leg rises. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. And let's come into wild thing. As you breathe out, bend your right knee, left knee almost touches the floor for 5, 4, or just hold wild thing. 3, 2, and 1. Left hand comes down, left knee to left elbow, hold. 3-legged dog, inhale. Left foot steps between the hands, Skandasana. Sit down, turn the left knee in, fold over right leg. Lift the chest, come back to Skandasana, and then we're making our way to revolved crescent lunge. So pivot open to the left, and then lift the chest, finding a little bit of a back bend, left hand on the back of the right thigh. As you breathe out, right fingertips find the floor, revolved half moon. And then let's bring that left hand down. Step the right foot back, bring all your weight into the right foot. Reach the arms up. And then let's come into airplane pose. Right knee into the chest. Hands can be wherever you need. Let's circle out that right knee in one direction. Only moving from the right hip. And other direction. And bring the right knee back through center. Open up your whole body to the right. Think of half moon, but keep that right knee bent, hands to the body. Only when you're open, then extend your limbs. Left fingertips find the floor, right arm reaches up, right leg extends back. As you breathe out, little squat, right knee crosses behind left calf for 3. Inhale, open. 2. 1. Make your way into goddess squat. Inhale here. Immediately start pose. Turn the toes and heels out, fold forward. Breathe in. Halfway lift. Now let's walk the hands over the left leg, fold over your left leg for 3. And then come back through center, fold over your right leg. Come back through center, halfway lift, into Malasana. Turn the toes out, heels in, yogi squat. And now let's sit down. Feet go a little bit further away from the glutes. Bring both knees to the right. And then again, we switch side to side. At your own pace. Hands can always stay behind you and support you. Now we end with both knees to the right, and let's fold over the right leg. And then slowly lift the chest. Bring your left foot a little closer to your left hip. Point the toes so they're not flexed. Right hand goes just behind your right hip. Lift the hips, left arm reaches over left ear. So you're really getting a nice, beautiful stretch through the left side of your body, through the front of your left hip. As you breathe out, let's sit down. Left foot steps in front of the right leg. Standing splits without the help of the hands. And then step back, high plank, your vinyasa. Take a deep breath in and out. And then inhale, right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Breathe in. Exhale, just drop the hips down to the mat, so without bending the left leg. Inhale, lift, wild thing. Option for one-legged crow. Right hand comes back down on the mat. Right knee goes over the right elbow. Slide your left foot forward. And then maybe drop the head down into headstand. You can step or jump back. Your vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Right leg rises, we all meet here. Step your right foot between the hands. Skandasana, where we were before. Exhale, sit down, turn the right knee in, fold over left leg. Come back to Skandasana. Left hand finds the floor, vertical twist. Inhale, lift the chest, find a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, revolved half moon. As you breathe out, let's sit down. Left knee crosses behind the right leg. Right hand comes behind you, left arm reaches up. Twist to the right. Inhale, let's unwind. Counter bow to the left. Look up through center, lift the chest. With the help of the hands, pivot into Prasarita, facing the back of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale, walk your hands forward, downward facing dog. Last time, camera's about to run out of battery, so let's go. Left leg reaches up high, bend the left knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Inhale, lift. One-legged crow option, or just step back, vinyasa. One-legged crow into headstand option. Jump back, vinyasa. Left leg reaches up high. Left foot steps between the hands, Skandasana, reach the arms up. Sit down, turn your left knee in, fold over right leg. Come back to Skandasana. Right hand finds the floor, open into a lunge, left arm reaches up. Revolved crescent lunge, left hand finds the back of the right leg. Revolved half moon. Exhale, let's sit down. Left hand comes behind you. Right arm reaches up. Exhale, twist to the left for 3. Unwind, counter bow to the right. Lift the chest, Prasarita, with the help of the hands. Halfway lift, hands go a big step towards the top of the mat. Our last downward facing dog, hold. And then let's come into child's pose. And from child's pose, walk your way into a tabletop. Cross over the shins, come into a seat. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. Deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. From your forward fold, lift up halfway. See if you can extend your arms out to the side. So we're just hovering off the mat. And then with a flat back, rise up. Pull the knees together, reach your arms forward, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way down to your back. Into reclined butterfly pose, where we will be ending our practice today. If you need more of a cool down, please go for it. I'm a little tight on time. I didn't realize I forgot to charge my camera before today. So I'm so sorry about that. Please take all the time you need. Thank you so much for being here, for practicing with me, for trusting me with your time, with your practice. I hope that you enjoyed the flow. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Namaste.